Turn your back on me, baby. Turn your back
Dancing.
on me,
I know.
Keep dancing. All right, so how did you spend your first day at college? Maybe you were looking for a place to live, or if you were Bob, you were trying to find a fake ID. Me, I painted my face. I went to clown college. There I am. Skinnier back then. But according to the New York Post, Indiana's DePauw University is a little different. There, a dorm supervisor led new students into something called a tunnel of oppression, where co-eds went through rooms depicting intolerant parents hating gay kids, Muslims unfairly abused, and oppression against all minorities in general. Now, this stuff pops up a lot on campuses. Angry indoctrination based on the assumption that America is a land of evil oppression. And students are then seen as buckets that you could fill with toxic ideology. So why does this crap exist? Well, if you don't brainwash students with oppression politics, who's going to sign up for the pointless gender or race courses? Remember, the only career after those courses is teaching those courses. So what's the cure? Well, starting today, I'm offering post-grad courses in Gutfeld studies to cleanse young minds of this poison. Yep, in my apartment, I will read from my book, Unspeakable Truths, and other timeless classics that extol the virtues of common sense. I'll also be offering back rubs, at least until the authorities arrive.
Exactly. Which will be immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Dana, is this a big deal or just a bunch of isolated incidents that I've cobbled together to create a flimsy monologue?
It makes me realize that I went to a very boring university.
Really?
The University of Southern Colorado, now Colorado State University, Pueblo, and I don't remember anything like this at all. And what I can't believe is that parents actually pay for students to go to colleges like this.
I think this would be fun. It's like a little amusement park, Kimberly.
No, it's not. It's scary, frightening, and really freaks me out. I mean, tunnel of oppression. What's next? 96 universities have this. How has this become so widespread overnight?
I know where they got.
How's this
I know where
appropriate?
they got the manual for that.
Where?
The DNC.
That's very funny.
The
Bob,
digs just keep on
Bob,
coming.
your bedroom was once called the Tunnel of Oppression.
That's true. Now, see, if I could remember my college years, I could comment on this. But first of all, you're right. I thought it was a great monologue, but you did cobble together some pretty weak stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
please.
the fact of the matter, even if the word 94, they're really not. The guy that wrote this is a right-wing nut for whatever that outfit he wrote it for. But, you know, there are 4,495 higher education institutions in this country. And you're talking about less than 100.
Yeah,
What's the big deal?
No, but I'm talking in general, Eric. Colleges are infected by politically correct ideology.
Boy,
this is just one example.
Of course they are. Not one example. I mean, you go to Harvard, Yale. It's all left-wing liberal ideology, and in the class.
That's because you couldn't get in.
No, that was funny, Bob. I could have played baseball for him, but again, so you steer clear though.
Yeah. So here, there's more school choice programs coming up. 18 states plus Washington D.C. are policies that are supporting private school choice. It's about time, right, Dana?
Yeah, it's this past weekend when I got to go home for a couple of days, I walk my dog Henry, I got plug in, walk him 2 blocks around, and there's a school there, and they have last year in our historic neighborhood they put up this garish sign,
right?
And it's for the school. I'm not going to name the school, and they, you know, it's supposed to be like change, so you could put up like school pride or something. They have had the same sign up there for almost a year and a half now, and now the letters have fallen off, so it just says, like, it's supposed to say time to learn, but it doesn't actually say that, and school starts Monday. If I were a parent in that neighborhood, I would choose school choice, and I think that there's a lot of people like the Heritage Foundation that deserve some credit for really pushing on this issue and giving parents more opportunities.
Bob, in the break, you said that you were for school choice, but with limitations.
Well,
that makes no sense to me.
There are not many people.
You either are
or you're not.
No, that's not true. It's like you're either flat Earth or you're not.
Not flat
Earth. I'm one of the few liberals actually who support vouchers for underperforming kids in schools where kids are not getting education. They should go to a private school. Now, my restrictions are, and my concern is that this thing spreads beyond that. Most of the public schools in this country are good public schools. And every time, frankly, the Republicans dump on it from a political standpoint, every time they jump all over schools, parents are saying, wait a minute, am I sending my kids to bad schools? Is that what you're saying?
No,
you isolate this down to D.C. all the time. And in the District of Columbia, they have a lot of bad schools. I would be for choice there, for vouchers there, but don't let it creep into other places.
I think it's just because
education.
We spend so much money per student and you don't see any improvement in grades. But I want to talk about something else. The Atlanta Journal Constitution has reports on the fact that parents, because you're getting back to school, have to now buy school supplies. Part of the school supplies are things that you would like towels and soap. Copy paper. And you're instructed to share this with other students. So in a sense, we've turned back to school into some weird communist plot. Am I right, Kimberly? It's a communist plot.
Maybe the medication hasn't kicked in yet. Yeah. Listen, I think it's important to have the school supplies. Parents often make donations. When I was a teacher, the parents would help and bring in things if we were missing some school supplies.
Were you a teacher?
Yes, I was.
What grade?
Everything from kindergarten through 12th grade.
And she
High school
taught
got a
gym,
little
too.
weird.
Those
Teaching
12th
18-year-old
graders.
boys when you're like 21, that was an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know,
They bring other things from home.
For them, not for you.
It really is a study in liberalism, though.
Here's another
overspend.
example. Excuse me.
They can't afford it, so they rely on the kids.
Wait
to
a second.
Copy paper.
Here's another example of people like you and others and the T people gutting budgets across
No,
this
I
country.
disagree.
And that is why schools are getting gutted with their budgets, and so they have to rely on parents and kids to come up with the stuff.
I disagree.
It's a disgrace.
I think that while there might be a need for more revenue at the property level or for property taxes, I think that there is something to be said about unions in this and the pensions that schools are trying to pay for that are squeezing budgets. So now parents, instead of being able to get like the crayon box with and the lunch box, and you were so excited to go back to school shopping, now you have to buy big things of Purell at Costco. Whereas if the school district was buying as a group, they could get discounts.
Right.
Instead, every individual parent is paying for it.
You're
And it's
absolutely right.
added like
Financially, it doesn't make
$250.
sense. Right. You're right.
Dana, are you joining the scabaholic over here?
Oh my God.
No, but I'm not
you're a
wrong on
reasonable
this.
Republican. I can't believe you would jump on unions like that.
You two are going to need therapy after the show and just use stimulus money.
What part of rewarding good teachers and good schools for good grades? I mean, what don't you get about that?
I'm all for
No, but you're
rewarding
saying-
we don't
you're
pay them
saying-
nearly enough. We ought to pay them
It should
twice what they're
only
getting
happen
paid.
in certain school districts. It should happen across the board.
But
No, I said that I thought we should use vouchers to go to private schools in those areas where the public schools
Are
not
underperforming.
performing, are underperforming. And so that's all I'm saying is I don't want to see them use vouchers and take students away from good schools.
But
The
they're
real crime,
underperforming
though-
everywhere, Bob.
They're not
crime, I gotta
underperforming
be
everywhere.
honest.
That is wrong.
Sure they are.
Kids buying hand sanitizer and disinfecting wipes to go to school. It's
No,
a
that's to go to
classroom.
your apartment.
It's a classroom. It's not the set of an adult film.
Yeah,
Bob.
I believe it's
right.
gross.
I gotta
I
take
believe
a
in
break.
school supplies. Yes,
Yes.
that you're actually going to use in the
That was
classroom.
the funnest part of going to school was going to Long's
I
Drugs
loved
and
it.
buying peaches and
I knew
magic
you
markers.
and trapper keepers.
And
Trapper
cherry
keepers.
bombs for the
So fun.
bathroom.
Yes, exactly.
And
All right.
peachy folders.
I got to move.
You got to get out of here.
It's no secret that this country is obsessed with body weight. And now an author is trying to get kids as young as 6 to drop the pounds, which raises the question, how young is too young, Bob? We'll give you our 5 opinions next.
How old is too old?